of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically opposed to secret society.
We, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in the past,
long ago,
to do whatever needs to be done
and unwarranted
to preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom.
Far outweigh the dangers
in this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where, well, I have no faith in this country anymore.
Pretty bad.
I was just making sure the mics were working right this time.
They're working fine.
They are. They're working very well.
Well,
very goodly.
Bigly.
Excuse
me. Lonnie is with us tonight. What's up, Lonnie?
What's up?
Lonnie, you know you got a good radio voice.
Do I?
Yeah.
You don't.
I've never heard that once. Yeah, you got a fucking nose for ASMR, though.
Oh, my God. If you don't back away from that microphone, I'm going to smack you in the face with my dick.
With my dick.
Is it circumcised or uncircumcised?
God. You've summoned him. Cut dick man.
Professor C.
Oh my, yeah, for real. Well, so midterms were Tuesday.
Still going.
Yep.
So much for election day.
Yeah, more like election month.
Well, the rate Arizona's going, it's going to be.
It's going to be next year around this time when we find out who won.
Yeah.
So anyway, I personally did not get out and go vote. I was sick, so stayed my ass at home.
Nor did I. I was very busy that day, and I was not my friend that day.
I do believe Joe voted.
I did.
Yep.
Voted gold, I'm sure.
Enjoyed that like a son of a beach. Because, man, there was a crap ton of libertarians on the docket, and I was there for it.
There were actually quite a few libertarians on the Alabama ballot this year.
Your friend was running for office. Purple hair. Admin.
Democrat.
That's what somebody was. Somebody
else has been saying that she's a Democrat?
No, somebody thinks that libertarians are Democrats in disguise.
No, we're not.
And
you're fucking retarded.
So later, by the way, I sent to the Discord the list of shame.
I don't care about the list of shame, Joe. You're the only person that cares about the list of shame.
But as a libertarian show,
yeah, well,
we're gonna have a list of shame.
Anyway, so other than voting, how was everybody's weeks?
So.
Nothing else to add there. Okay, you lost your chance. Lonnie, how was your week?
Good. We're getting into the Christmas spirit at work. I'm starting to make the annual Christmas ornaments for everybody that works there, so it's pretty fun. But
that's
other
cool.
than that, it's pretty normal. How was your week?
Wait, hold on. I don't want to just jump over this.
Could you shut the fuck up for 2 seconds? Let me cover my week,
and then
we
can.
Then you can ask your stupid question. Okay.
Go ahead.
Unbelievable, man. So apparently Thursday was the Marine Corps birthday. And apparently some people think that's a holiday. And then, yesterday was Veterans Day. Shout out to all those who served.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Thanks for putting up with stupid shit from the government.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stupid shit from Joe, too.
Yep. That too. So, yeah, anyway, I was sick Tuesday through Thursday-ish. and just a head cold. It wasn't anything bad, but you can tell I'm still stocked up.
You're nasally.
I'm nasally. So yeah, went home early from work on Tuesday because I was like, I don't know what I've got. I don't want anybody else sick. Let's just go home.
How considerate of you.
I also felt like ass, so I didn't want to be there anyway. And then went back to work Wednesday because I was fine. I didn't run fever or anything, so I'm 90% positive it's just a head cold. And then Thursday, forgot all about it being the Marine Corps birthday, and my boss is a Marine.
Did he slap you with his balls?
Oh, what is it with you and dicks and balls, dude?
Not again.
We've already been over this like 4 times this week.
Nobody cares. Keep going.
No, we care. We're genuinely starting to worry that you may be closet gay.
Look, I don't care if you're gay.
If you're gay, just say that, man.
Just say it.
I am gay. In a happy way.
Yeah, you're happy when you're talking about dicks and balls, which is fucking weird.
It's true. It's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
It is healthy because I am secure in my sexuality.
Listen, man. I enjoy a good dick joke every now and then. As a man.
I concur.
But,
once a week ain't bad.
Hold on. First off.
Whoa, hold up. It's literally like.
Did you literally just gaslight me, you motherfucker? This is literally like an everyday occurrence.
I will bring up proof.
Bro, you're outnumbered.
Proof for us?
We don't need
every
proof.
Time you send a message, your first message into the messenger.
Bro,
group?
Twice this week you have asked about genitalia when you're trying to get us to game. You didn't ask anybody gaming tonight. No.
It has to be.
You said anybody slapping dicks tonight.
It has to be occurring at a rate that we have picked up on how frequent it is.
Okay,
you shut up.
Complete honesty.
Shut your mouth.
I picked that up from Cody.
Cody doesn't ever say anybody slapping dicks tonight. He says something like anybody throwing orphans into a fire or something. He says fucked up shit, but
it's never dick related.
Well, I wanted to be unique.
Well, first
you
start
don't sound
with not
unique.
saying,
you just sound gay.
Don't say dick stuff. Say something else.
Yeah.
Like anybody ready to go like churn some butter with the Amish or something? I mean, that's unique.
Anybody getting circumcised or not?
No.
See, it's still dick related.
Still dick related.
That was a joke. That was the joke.
Yeah,
no, I don't think it was
joke.
a joke.
But I would buy that as something you would actually say.
Because it is something he would actually say.
That is something I would actually say.
I know. It's disturbing.
What was it last night? What did he say last night?
What did I say last night?
You slapping some balls?
Anybody slapping kitties tonight or something like that? So, I mean, I think it may have been vagina related, but still, it's always genitalia.
Hold on, I can tell you.
It's always genitalia with you, motherfucker.
Hold on.
It's fucking gross.
Let's see, I'm looking.
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
I'm okay with that.
Sorry, you're going to hear me do that a couple of times tonight. I just forget.
Oh, okay. Anyone popping their pussy tonight?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. I mean,
at least it wasn't dicks.
Okay, first off, it could be construed as dick related. It's dick adjacent, at least.
Dick adjacent.
Okay, well, now that weeks and dicks are covered, let's talk freedom things. Lonnie, hit the button. America! You can't just hit it like that.
I'm rough with it, boy.
You can't just smack your big old dick on it and be like, play the sound.
Yeah, Joe, you wouldn't know nothing about that, would you?
Nope.
Oh, you did the thing.
You know, the thing. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, so
I think I've got most of the ones that we use a lot on the main screen. Shut up. I'm trying to explain things to Lonnie because he hasn't been here since I rearranged the tablet.
It's true.
So most of the sounds that we use all the time are on that first page.
Okay.
But I think some of them, like Come On Man, might be on the other one.
It is.
Okay.
That's why I was checking.
Yep.
So these Christmas ornaments.
Uh-huh.
How do you make them?
With a CNC machine, motherfucker.
Sorry, that was me unplugging my phone.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I got pictures. I'll show and tell. This is the current year rendition.
Can't really see that from here.
Here, you can hand it to him. It's fine.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, that we do that every year. One of the owners of my company's wife, we made them one year, and she loved it so much. She was like, she told her husband, she said, everyone in the company will get these from now on.
Oh, damn. So she did not say, hey, let's please make, like, she was like, everyone will get these.
She was like,
Yes.
I own this company now, bitch.
Yeah, so because of that, we make them for everyone. So around 220, I think, is where we're at now. And this year, my boss decided he was going to make it like more involving in the company. So he made it a competition of all the engineers that work there, and said, put in your designs. We'll have a panel of people decide on what we're going to make, and the winner gets like a $150 Amazon gift card for winning.
Nice.
So, and we're going to do like a personalized, put their name on it, and and everything too. So, yeah.
Nice.
So,
Well, so I'm going to throw a poll up on the
I'm not gay.
on the stream.
on the stream. Got 3 viewers. Woo.
Yep.
What? Yeah.
Oh, it's been doing that. That's pretty
Yeah,
regular.
it won't do. That was not what I wanted. Start a poll.
While we're waiting on Justin, I'd like to remind everybody to please hit that thumbs up and the bell icon.
That way you'll always be notified when we go live. But this is a live show. We do it Saturday nights at 8:30 Central Standard Time.
And look, I know y'all ain't got nothing better to do because it's getting dark outside a lot quicker. So you're going to be in the house not having nothing to do.
So our poll of the show, I think we should start doing this every show, is do you trust the 2022 midterm results? Yes or no?
What would make you propose a poll like this?
Well, so here's the thing, right? We're just going to jump right in.
We're just going to
Okay.
jump in it.
We're just going to jump in it.
Both-
Balls deep.
Both
I was about to say balls deep, but then
Balls
I figured
deep in
y'all would
this
get mad at me
bitch.
for talking about balls.
Yeah,
But
it's not okay coming from you. It's fine coming from me.
Yeah, he hasn't exceeded his limit for the
No,
week.
I'm not over my quota for the month.
It's ball quota.
I'm approaching it after this conversation with you.
Yeah,
That's for fucking
unintentionally.
sure. Unintentionally, yeah. I would vote to have my penalty waived. So, midterms were Tuesday, right? We've already discussed that.
Yep.
Here's the thing. We still don't know who won the Arizona governorship.
It's true.
We still don't know who several senators are going to be.
True.
And somehow, John Fetterman beat Dr. Oz.
He probably didn't even know that.
But hear me out. Hear me out.
Hold on.
Hear me out. Fetterman-Biden, 2024. It's a no-brainer.
It's true.
Literally.
Between the two
Literally
of them,
no brains.
what's really sad is between the two of them, they don't even make a complete brain.
No.
That's sad.
They don't even make a part of a brain.
No.
They don't even make like a brain cell.
Whew. You know what's really funny about that? Fetterman with his issues. Someone couldn't have just ran up to him and say, "Hey, you won." You got to look at his laptop.
Yeah.
Had to do the talk to text thing.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
"Good night."
Dude, I saw it and I can't find it now, but there was a TikTok and I swear to God, it was like, John Fetterman won the election, blah, 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 and it's like going through all these little scenes, and then at the end it's John Fetterman and he goes, "That me." And I was just like, oh my God, that's the perfect explanation of everything. He's fucking retarded.
We were talking about him, and like this guy is just kind of disturbing to look at. You know what he reminds me of?
No.
You know the creature in the Goonies?
Oh my God.
Hey, you guys.
Actually, you know what? You remember the disfigured Spartan?
Oh yeah. Does. He's got his hump is growing.
Exactly.
Is this from Halo?
No.
From
300.
Yes.
Why don't you pull a picture of that up? It's, just to give a little visual. Because this is important stuff. This is what I imagine just won the seat in Pennsylvania.
This is what John Fetterman actually looks like, but before the
No, I don't think it's
stage
what
makeup.
he actually looks like. I think this is his twin brother. that one, 2 over from that one.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh shit. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Hi, friend.
Yeah, look at that fucking thing on his back.
It's growing by the day.
Soon, he's gonna look like that pretty soon. Anyway, good night.
Good night.
So yeah, I mean, this is fucking like, I don't understand how he won. Like, I legitimately do not.
Well, it makes me really, really concerned about the people voting in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So what it reminds me of is that what do we call it?
But then again, Philadelphia does exist in Pennsylvania, and I'm just saying they don't have a track record of being the most upstanding.
Have you heard that parable where people say, like, if Hitler and Stalin were to run in a presidential race, one of them would win? Because people only see the two parties. So they would vote for one of them, and they, lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of like how 2016.
But I'm saying, I think
right?
that's how Fetterman won. All they saw were the two options. You got Dr. Oz or Fetterman.
Yeah, but at least one of those fucking guys can actually talk.
Well, there was a libertarian on the ballot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a libertarian.
But what I'm saying is
we know.
But Pennsylvania is kind of a is it a swing state?
Yes.
It's a swing state. So you kind of, it's a toss up there.
Here's the thing. We all know that Pennsylvania had issues in the 2020 presidential election. It was one of the most highly contested areas.
Hold on. We're on YouTube. Hypothetically.
Supposedly, definitely had probable election fraud. Kick me off. I don't fucking care. Because you know what? That's the beauty of free speech. I can say whatever the fuck I want to, and you don't have to like it. You just can't stop me from saying it.
Preach.
Bitch. So, anyway, John Fetterman won that election by 230,000 votes.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of votes. That's
a
a lot of
lot.
that's a lot of stupid people voting for a really quite brain dead candidate.
Yeah.
And then in Maricopa County, I've actually got some stuff in the Discord, Lonnie.
That's what gets me, man. Is some people actually voted for a guy that's got brain issues. Like, what the hell?
Down.
What?
Yeah, that's one that I want to watch closer to the end of the show. Election officials address the tabulation issues. That one. Yep. So in Arizona, first thing in the morning, they're having election, like, tabulator issues.
Welcome, everyone.
Which is weird because didn't we wait for like 4 days for Arizona's results in the presidential election?
It was a while. It was a long time. I don't remember how long. It was unnecessarily long.
But it was also highly disputed.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, did these people not learn anything from 2020?
No.
No, not a thing.
You know why? Because it's a smoke show.
It really is. At this point, I don't trust any of it, and I hate to say that, but it's It's fucking true. Like, I just don't trust anything that's happening right now.
No.
And the fact that a woman who didn't even debate her opponent in Arizona is potentially going to win the governorship there.
Oh,
It's disgusting. Like,
well, I mean, it's just like 2020 with Joe Biden.
She literally took the Biden strategy a step further.
Yeah.
And said, I'm not going to debate you.
Yeah.
For what purpose?
Well, I mean, Fetterman tried that for the longest time.
Yeah.
I mean.
And then they still voted for him.
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
What the fuck? You got to remember, this is a guy who literally could not formulate a response to how he went from writing multiple letters about how he wanted to end fracking to supporting fracking.
I support fracking, and
I stand.
I support fracking, and I stand.
I do support fracking.
I support fracking. Wow, what a great
that
response.
Was definitely want that guy writing laws or voting on laws for that.
Yeah,
matter.
I'd like him to represent me. Clearly, how I want to be represented. Okay, shall we?
We shall.
For joining us today. I'm Bill Gates, Chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors.
And I'm Stephen Richard, the Maricopa County Recorder.
And again, the board and the recorder run elections here in Maricopa County as a team, and we're very excited about how things are going today on Election Day. We had all 223 vote centers have opened. We've already had over 45,000 people who have checked in and already voted today. We did want to come out and discuss one issue that's going on out there in about 20% of the vote centers. Again, we have 223 vote centers across the county. In about 20% of those, when people will go and they try and run the ballot through this tabulator, maybe 1 out of every 5 or so of those ballots, they're not going through. But this is something we prepared for. We have a redundancy. If the ballot will not go through this tabulator, and by the way, those ballots that go through this tabulator, they go back here in the machine. If their ballot's not going through the tabulator, then we will ask them to go here at door number 3 and place their ballot into this secure box. Those ballots will remain secure in there all day long, and at the end of voting after 7 p.m., when everything is completed, then these ballots will be taken out securely and delivered by a bipartisan team, so Republican and Democrat, down to here at the Central Tabulation Center, where they will be tabulated.
And while this is obviously not how the system was...
So, yet again, Maricopa County having major problems. It just...
It's almost like deja vu.
It really is. And it's really weird.
Okay, so here's my... I think when it comes to federal elections, there should be federal machines. Like
no.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I'm saying that the way they're all the same, so that way that way you get rid of... Cause that way you get rid of if there's a corrupt state.
Or you open the door for a corrupt state.
Yeah, or you're just gonna.
It's bad. You don't federalize elections. The Constitution is very specific.
No, what I'm saying is not a federal, like a federally approved, like it's made by a private company. But they're all like every state has to have the same one.
Giving the federal government any control over anything to do with these elections is a bad idea.
But then you have stuff like this, though.
I mean, you look at third world countries that the government is control of the elections. Guess what happens?
I mean, look at Russia.
Yeah.
Elections.
I mean, I get that too, but at the same time,
it opens a big door for the current sitting people in power to do things.
Abuse that power.
But that is fair. But I feel like there could also be more transparency with that, because then you'd have more groups wanting to watch it.
Hold on. Hear me out. I got one example that will make you really reconsider that. Name one thing the federal government has not fucked up that they've been involved in.
You can't.
Fair.
You know, the federal government should be small, and it should not have anything to do with
these
elections.
The more power, the more reach they have, the worse things get.
And quite frankly, you're gonna have to retard him for me.
But we're going to have some kind of like.
This is Joe's stance on.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
But we've got to have some kind of like. What do you call it? Like everybody needs to kind of have the same system.
No.
Look.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
But hear me out. Hear me out.
No, we've
because
heard you out.
It's the same. Because what I'm saying is it's the same places over and over having these problems.
Okay, so those few places need to fix their shit. That's it. That's the only answer you need.
Here's the thing, right? I would say, okay, maybe we would need to go to an outsider source. Maybe I would agree with you.
A third party even. Okay.
Hold on. Hear me out. Maybe I would agree with you. But then there is Florida.
Maybe you send people from Arizona to Florida to learn how they do their election process. And
Might be a start.
Yeah, fair.
Florida gets their shit in within like 2 hours after the polls close.
By the way, Florida is like the only place that the red wave happened.
Yeah, took over Miami-Dade. Holy fuck.
They pretty much took the entire state.
They even took the Latino vote.
Like,
okay, so contrary to popular belief, at least all the Latinos that I know are not Democrat.
That's kind of what's been changing, right?
Or at least a few. I would say a few. I wouldn't say a lot. But.
I wouldn't say that I'm convinced that the red wave isn't happening. I think what you're really going to notice.
Well, zoom out, Justin, on that map.
It's going to be the next big presidential election. I think you're going to see the big swing and change of votes, and independents and females and minority groups. Is where you're really going to notice that big swing.
Republicans have 20 seats in Florida.
Yeah.
Democrats have 8.
Yeah.
8.
You remember when Florida used to be considered like a swing state?
Wow, we're at 48-48 right now.
Yes.
Okay, so in your opinion,
Me and Justin were talking about this. It's going to come down to Georgia, which is in a runoff. Which, I have huge faith in that.
There is a lot of people getting pissed at us libertarians, too. Like, damn it, you libertarians are the reason we're going to have a runoff. Runoffs will continue until liberty improves.
Yep. We see you. We hear you.
We laugh at you.
We are laughing at you. Runoffs will continue until liberty improves.
Well, here's the thing, though. We don't. If you really think about it, we don't want anyone to have a majority. We want that to be 50-50.
Yeah, I want it to be a deadlock.
Because then nothing happens. You get nothing done. You get no laws passed because we don't want you to be able to do anything.
Right. So, Alaska is going to go red. It's going to go red. That's the only state left other than Georgia.
Was Nevada?
Nevada's been decided. Okay. They declared it for Catherine Cortez Masto.
It went blue.
So they're 97% reporting. They're done. It's literally Alaska and Georgia that are undecided. And my fear is that they're going to go straight back to that fucking idiot Warnock.
Yeah.
Who, Georgia?
And that the people who voted Libertarian are going to not take part in this election. And it's going to fuck us. Because at that point, they've basically got 51. Because Bernie Sanders is an independent.
Right.
But
damn socialist bastard.
He swings pretty fucking far left.
He's a fucking lefty. He's a Democrat.
Look, man, he's like a cockroach. He survived through the years because he just kind of falls in where he falls. You know what I mean?
So they're most likely going to win Georgia, which will put them at 49. And then Bernie Sanders makes 50. But where am I missing one?
Arizona.
No, Arizona's Mark Kelly. He won.
True, yeah.
Texas.
So, I mean, we're 48-48 right now. Other parties have 2 seats. So, we're going to be 49-49. to 51, pretty much, because those two others,
right?
Those are Democrats. I don't care what you say; they're Democrats.
It doesn't help that we lost Pennsylvania either.
No,
which is
not at all. Now the good news though is that we
had the majority in the House.
Republicans will have the majority in the House
by a pretty large margin.
Not really, by like 7 or 8 seats at this rate. Republicans have gained 6 seats. So when I say we, I'm referencing conservatives. And Democrats have lost 7. So it's...
Which I saw something, I think it's for the governor. I think it said that Democrats lost a seat, but Republicans didn't gain a seat.
No, Democrats gained 1, Republicans lost 1.
Okay. Maybe I saw something else. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I am completely mind-boggled as to how this is still going on, and we still don't know who won. And you know, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, you know, more so than that, I'm kind of just confused on how people haven't looked at the state of the world right now and said, "Hey, it's time for a fucking change."
Well, that's the other problem. Like,
why are people so comfortable with this, with the way everything is? And it's not just like 1 or 2 things. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that is really, really wrong right now.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how people are just so comfortable with it.
I don't get it, man. But
also, okay, if you go look at Pennsylvania, look at that.
Yeah, it's majority red. The problem is that those little population centers.
Yep.
Yeah. Mainly Philadelphia.
Yep. Philadelphia,
Allentown, and Erie,
and Pittsburgh.
Speaking of Philadelphia, this is a little off, left field. Did you hear what Mexico is doing?
No.
Mexico is taking video footage of all the syringes and stuff that they're cleaning up out of the city of Philadelphia, and using that as a deterrent and showing it to the kids of Mexico to say, "Hey, don't do drugs." When a fucking third world country that is ran by cartel members is showing a video of a city in the United States to get their kids to not go do drugs is insane. That is a sad state of affairs.
Hey, safe injection sites and crack pipes. That's what our government's about.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that our government's about, apparently they're about telling Joe Biden who he can take questions from. Because yet again,
I can't answer a question from you.
I have a list of 10 people that I was told to call on. I think that's in the
Discord.
If not, hold on.
Wow, even California is half red.
Yeah, it's just the population centers.
That's literally every state. Like, every state is mostly red except for the population centers. Except Spokane. Like, I figured Spokane would be pretty blue.
Yeah. So, go ahead with that. Go up a little bit. Nope, it's not on there. Okay. Where is it? Damn it. Let's see if this is it.
Since last night's election, American people have spoken through once again voters. If it didn't happen,
I'm trying to find where it. This is freaking annoying. Okay, so
Wow, that's loud.
I'm gonna send this over to you, Lonnie. Go to the 11-minute mark when it comes through.
Is that your computer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good enough.
All right.
So, apparently, he's still not in charge. Go ahead.
The most engaged generation in American history and the most involved. Look, after a long campaign season, I still believe it always have. This is a great nation and we're a great people. And it's never been a good bet to bet against America. Never been a good bet to bet against America. There's nothing beyond our capacity if we work together. We just need to remember who the hell we are. We're the United States of America. The United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. And I'm pretty well convinced that we're going to be able to get a lot done. Now, I've been given a list of 10 people that I'm supposed to call on. And you're all supposed to ask me one question, but I'm sure you'll ask me more. And so let me start off with a list I've been given. Zeke Miller, Associated Press.
Go back.
Huh? What? Oh, wait a minute.
You're... Now, hold on. Wait a minute.
That don't smell right.
Something ain't adding up here. Now, that dog just ain't gonna hunt. Okay? Now, I've been told to call on these 10 people. And you guys are going, well, ask me one question. Okay? I'm sure you'll ask me more.
What's really funny is you hear all the media people in there.
Yeah. Let's just listen to that one
I
more
bet Peter
time.
Ducey hitting.
Yeah, Peter Ducey's over there like...
He's not on that fucking list. He's never on that list. Son of a bitch.
Fucking dude.
That's Joe Biden's words, not mine.
Yeah, hot mic.
Hot mic, motherfucker.
Nothing beyond our capacity if we work together. We just need to remember who the hell we are. We're the United States of America.
I don't know why he
United States of America.
feels he needs to
Nothing beyond our
repeat
capacity.
things like that.
And I'm pretty well convinced
he forgot
that
he
we're
said
gonna
it
be able to
already.
get a lot done. Now, I've been given a list of 10 people that I'm supposed to call on, and you're all supposed to ask me one question, but I'm sure you'll ask me more. And so let me start off with a list I've been given. Associated Press.
I just don't understand how people think that this is okay. What other president have you ever heard say, I've been given a list of 10 people to call on?
No one. You know why?
Because they were all actually in charge.
Because they had balls.
Do you have any fears at night when you're laying in your bed that we may get 4 more years of this?
No.
Well, hey, hold on. I do have fears, especially if this midterm goes really far south, which it's looking like that.
It did. I mean, this was supposed to be the red tsunami.
True.
It turned into a red faucet drip.
Let's be honest about why
this wave would not cut it out of kiddie
Let's be
pool.
honest about why the red tsunami did not happen. A lot of the people that were backed by Trump lost.
Yeah, they were bad candidates.
Yeah, but well, Trump's a moron when it comes to politics. Let's just be honest. He's pretty much a moron.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
And,
Excuse me.
And I would like to think too that
Excuse me. I am kind of retarded.
But let's be honest. Trump and I don't even think he's a good businessman in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it really just depends.
I don't know that I would necessarily go that far.
Because
that'd be kind of hard to argue.
I've heard he's been bailed out by his rich parents a couple times.
Well, I mean, his rich parents have been dead for a very long time now.
Yeah,
so.
it's kind of hard to do that now.
Well,
in his 70s.
I'm just saying. I don't.
I think he's been more bailed out by his supporters here lately.
Either way.
Anyway,
when it comes to politics, idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot, just like Joe Biden is.
I will say this: not a great politician. but at least he got shit done that actually mattered.
That's fair.
That's fair.
But that's because he's good at surrounding himself with people that know what they're doing.
I mean, that's still politics, baby.
I mean, yeah, fair.
I mean,
That's business.
you can't say he's terrible.
Listen,
at it 'cause
he's not bad at politics.
He's
just
really bad at social interaction.
He's just really stupid.
Yeah, I mean, he's.
Well, that's just it, though. I feel like there's a lot of people that did not. They wanted that direction, but they didn't want another Trump-type person.
Yeah, fuck your feelings. That's what I say.
Anyway.
But what I'm saying is they
at the end of the day, Trump is the reason that a lot of these candidates lost because they were bad candidates.
But
they were not good
Have you
picks.
seen the videos of Trump saying, if they win,
I get all the credit.
It's probably because of me.
No, he said, if they win, I get all the credit. But if they lose, I take absolutely no blame.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And I mean, but here's the thing. He already, he kind of feels the walls closing in on him because he's attacking Ron DeSantis now.
Yeah.
Bro, just go away.
He's
at this point, just fucking go away.
The reason he doesn't like Ron DeSantis, though, is because he knows that Ron DeSantis, if he runs for president, will beat him.
He's a threat, for sure.
Yeah. Because we know Trump's coming back.
That's the thing.
But according to
Ron
the
DeSantis is a threat.
Yeah.
To Trump.
I mean, it's fair game. I don't hate him for that. I mean, that's a valid observation. I mean, for him to throw shade at him if he's potentially going to be an opponent in the race, yeah, sure, I get it. I'm not mad about it.
I'm telling you right now, I would vote for Ron DeSantis if he ran.
I would too. You know why? Because he has the Trump mentality of getting things done, but not the Trump mouth.
No, I'm still voting third party.
Correct.
I'm voting third party.
I mean, that's fine. I actually would vote for Ron DeSantis.
I mean, he would be able to. I really do think he would be able to get as much done, if not a little more, than Trump, just because he doesn't have the Trump mouth.
Correct.
And
yeah,
that's
a good point to that, though.
Now,
I mean, but according to the left, he isn't a threat. He's a cheater.
Yeah, of course.
The left would probably. Their eyeballs would melt out of their sockets if Ron DeSantis became
There would
president.
be much wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Like DeSantis winning would be 1,000,000 times worse than Trump to them.
Anyway,
because remember Ron DeSantis. Remember the video of Florida. Remember where they were saying like if you want to go to Florida.
I've been trying to move from this spot, like this particular spot in the show, for the last 3-4 minutes now.
Do you remember?
And every time, one of you starts talking about this shit again.
But do you remember the video during COVID?
Am I a fucking joke to you?
But there's so much to this, damn it.
Yes, there's more to get to, and I'm not here to talk about Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. Because honestly, no, it's not. It's not a big
As of
deal.
right now, it's nothing.
Not right now, no.
It's absolutely nothing, and we have bigger fish to fry.
So shut the fuck up. What bigger fish do we have to fry?
Well, we have the fish of Biden answering questions.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. I forget about him on a regular basis these days. Because
we forget that he exists. Go on up. So let's.
He's like the old man from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Let's listen to him talk about his seeking a second term.
How do you?
Oh, ramble down with you.
Last night's results in terms.
God damn it.
Go for it.
Of deciding whether you want to seek another term. Is it now more likely that you will run? And what's going to be your timeline for consideration?
Well, first of all, Jill and I have, and by the way, it's my wife Jill.
Pause it. Yes, we're all fucking aware that your wife Jill is over there.
Thank you for telling me, sir. I had no idea. I've never seen her before.
That's not,
Just because you're meeting her for the 8,000th time.
Hold on.
That's not dementia or
Still
nothing.
disrespected her. It's Dr. Jill.
Yeah, that's Dr. Jill Biden, you fucking
damn
narcissist.
sexist. He's a sexist.
You sexist, fucking
smug
misogynistic
fucking bitch.
pig.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
She's a hell of a lot more popular than I am in the Democratic Party, too. But at any rate.
Yeah, because you fucking suck.
All kidding aside, our intention is to run again. That's been our intention, regardless of what the outcome of this election was.
What's with the microphone?
And
you bring this up every time. Shut the fuck up about the microphone.
We won. I didn't run. The fact that the Democratic Party outperformed anything anyone expected and did better than any off-year presidency since John Kennedy is one that gives everybody like, whew, sigh of relief.
I don't know why. You lost the House and you're still 50-50.
Taking over the government again.
The mega Republicans.
And so my judgment of running when I announce, my intention is that I run again. But I'm a great respecter of fate, and this is ultimately a family decision. I think everybody wants me to run, but we're going to have discussions about it. And I don't feel in any hurry one way or another to make that judgment, today, tomorrow, or whenever, no matter what my predecessor does.
Early next year, or what's your thinking?
My guess is, I hope Jill and I get a little time to actually sneak away for a week between Christmas and Thanksgiving. And my guess is it'll be early next year we make that judgment.
Oh, that wasn't fucking creepy at all.
So, first off, you're not going to get any because your dick doesn't work.
Yeah, your brain don't work.
It's okay.
Your brain doesn't work
The
either.
Secret Service guys will take care of that for you.
Second off, you sneak away with Jill like 40% of the time.
Yeah. Dude, where the fuck are you?
They ain't hiding the pepperoni.
I mean,
it's more like a Vienna, but let's be real.
What?
But sneak away.
Me and Jill can sneak away one day.
I'm pretty sure he creamed his britches right there.
Hoping that me and Jill can go look at Nancy's jugs.
Big old titty.
I need $2 trillion, Joe.
One for each titty.
$1 trillion for each titty.
That video is going to live in infamy on this show.
Fucking video. I love that video. Why does she have those?
I kind of want to watch it again.
Those are Nancy Steele making jugs.
I want to watch it again.
I need $2 trillion, Joe.
You know, my father said, if you're in love, you're in love.
And one thing I love is titties.
My dad always said, Joey, that's what love looks like. And Joey loves titties. Speaking of which, Paul Pelosi just kind of like dropped off the face of the earth after he got hammered. That's a story I hadn't heard anything about in a while.
Yeah, they started talking about, this guy was in the United States illegally.
It's almost like when the facts started coming out, they were like, no, sweep this under the rug.
Hold on, abort
mission.
This guy's coming in too far to the left.
Whoa.
Sweep it under the rug like they did their nighttime rituals.
Yes. Away with ye. Anyway, so there's that. And then there's also another, probably shouldn't have said that. If you'll go to the, go down, right there, that one.
Yeah, boy.
Now, in the typical brainless Democrat fashion, Biden is about to be asked, what do you plan on doing differently? Because 76% of Americans don't feel like this country's heading in the right direction. So what do you plan to do differently in your next 2 years? So go ahead.
Americans are frustrated, and in fact, 75% of voters say the country is heading into the wrong direction despite the results of last night. What in the next 2 years do you intend to do differently to change people's opinion of the direction of the country, particularly as you contemplate a run for president in 2024?
Nothing, because they're just finding out what we're doing. The more they know about what we're doing, the more support there is. Do you know anybody who wants us to get rid of the change we made on prescription drug prices and raise prices again?
Yes.
Do you know anybody who wants us to walk away from building those roads and bridges and the internet and so on?
Yep. Sure do.
don't know. I think that the problem is the major piece of legislation we passed, and some of it bipartisan, takes time
None of it bipartisan.
to be recognized. For example,
No, it doesn't.
You got over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure money, but not that many.
Where'd that
states
money
put
come
in the
from?
ground. It's taking time. For example, I
They
was on
printed
the
it.
phone.
That's right.
Congratulating a Californian recently, and then someone in up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, the congressman who got elected. He said, "Can you help us make sure we're able to have high-speed rail service from Scranton to New York City?" I said, "Yeah, we can. We can. First of all, it'll make it a lot easier, take a lot of vehicles off the road, and we
No,
have
it
more
won't.
money in the pot now, already out there, we voted for, than the entire money we spent on that track to begin with."
No,
And
the
it's same
entire
way.
amount of
For
money that
example,
your
I
party
talked about
forced on
in
us.
the campaign that we're going to limit the cost of insulin for seniors to
Trump already
$35
did
a
it, you
month instead of
dumbass.
$400.
Yeah, you just undid it and
Doesn't take
then
effect
reinstated it. But okay.
So there's a lot of things that are just starting to kick in. And the same way with what we've done in terms of the environmental stuff. It takes time to get it moving. So I'm not going to change. As a matter of fact, there's some things I want to change and add to. For example, we had passed the most bipartisan, we passed the most extensive gun legislation, rational gun policy in 30
Rational.
years.
Anti-rational.
But we didn't ban assault weapons.
He did say that out loud.
He
didn't
did say anti-rational gun policy.
So I'm not going to change
Back it
the
up.
direction. I said
Back it
I
up.
ran for
I want to hear
3
that
years.
again.
I'm going to continue to
Yeah, let's go back about 15 seconds.
Anti-rational gun policy.
gun legislation, passed the most bipartisan, we passed the most extensive gun legislation, rational gun policy in 30 years.
Son of a bitch.
But we didn't ban assault weapons. I'm going to ban assault weapons. They're gonna
No, you're
charge
not.
the devil. So I'm not going to change the
You're not
direction.
gonna
I said I
ban
ran
them.
for 3 reasons. I'm going to
Wait, what did he say?
Because
I
you
couldn't
don't
hear.
know what
I
they
couldn't hear.
are.
I couldn't hear. Go back. I couldn't hear what he said.
He's going to ban assault weapons.
concerned that what I'm saying
You know, the
is
Beto
wrong,
phrase.
Okay?
Hell yeah, we're
One
going to take
is,
your
I said we're
AR-15
gonna
and your
restore
AK-47.
Welcome to the rice fields.
And that's
Welcome
why,
to the rice fields, motherfucker.
and that's why you didn't get elected.
That's why Daddy called you Joe Dirt instead of Nunamaker.
Becoming more normal, becoming more, how can I say it, decent. Second thing I said was I want to build a country from the middle out, the bottom up, and that way
How you do
everybody
that?
does fine. I'm tired of trickle down. Not a whole lot trickles down. When you
That's
trickle
not
down
a
the
theory
bottom.
of economics, you fucking
Third
idiot.
thing I know is still very hard. I'm going to do everything in my power to see to unite the country.
Is trickle down
It's hard
a
to
theory of
position
economics?
yourself as a leading democracy in the world if you can't.
Nope.
Can't generate. some
Middle out isn't either, is it?
So
Nope.
I'm not going to change anything. In
The
the
bottom up.
Bottom up.
Well,
I wipe from the bottom up. That's about the only theory I know.
Here's the thing. You heard it from the horse's mouth.
Hold on a second. I got something for
Wait a
you.
minute. You heard it from the horse's mouth. He's not going to change fucking anything.
Real man of genius.
This guy's got his shit together. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That guy fucks.
That guy drives a Ford F-150.
Okay, but on a serious note, this is what it is.
Smell like failure.
That's it.
Yeah, we really need to take the smell like off of that and just failure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a big shit show for sure.
Yep. He's he's that one word that it's the definition is not smart. That one word.
Dumb? Dumbass?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, it starts with an S.
I'm kind of retarded.
Stupid.
Stupid. Yeah, that.
See now?
Stupid, Lonnie.
Stupid.
I don't know why you didn't get that. I was trying to get you to hit the button.
I don't know.
Just fucking
Cody, come back.
I was just like,
All right, to be fair, this is my second time actually using the tablet.
that's incredibly
so,
fair.
Joe, you just worry about getting your nose breathing under control.
Yeah,
right?
you just worry about.
Hey, I have not had any nose breathing issues tonight.
I've heard you like 4 times.
Listen, you just worry about. I think some of those were actually me.
Because he does it too.
Well, no, because I'm having trouble actually breathing through
That's
my
why I'm
nose.
So it's his mouth.
Okay, so here's the
I'm
thing.
still getting over that. Some of that
You really
junk,
need
too.
to work on limiting your dick references.
That's yeah. Seriously, Joe, you need help.
That's what you need.
You need help.
I have an addiction.
Tell somebody.
I have an addiction. And it goes deep.
Well, I'm Justin.
It goes balls deep.
Oh, man. Beth,
Yeah, that's only like 2 centimeters for you, dude.
Well, better than not at all.
Just more than 3 millimeters. So you should feel special. I actually gave you a little bit more credit. Well, 3 millimeter defeater over there.
Does it feel good? Thank you.
The fact that
Smells like freedom.
The fact that my name in that chat is Schlong John Silver cracks me up still. Would you stop it? She's getting medicine for your children.
I was wondering. It looked like she was smoking a crack pipe for a second.
And if she is, this is America.
Yeah, this is.
But that's my wife.
Hey, we're libertarians. We don't care as long as she's not hurting.
I don't have to give her.
She has her own individual freedom.
We just
Joe.
had to pay $2,000 for teeth work. I don't need to pay money for more because she's smoking the crack pipe. Nah, the young one, he woke up this morning with like 102-degree fever. You know, the thing is, we don't know. Like, he's not throwing up. He's not. Like, he don't like have any kind of like sick.
Apparently, there's a virus bug going around.
But he's not showing anything. Like, he just.
Yeah, apparently it's like a fever bug. It's just like the fever, and they're just really
they just
tired.
Feel bad. Yeah, he took a nap today, which never happens. So
super weird.
Yes.
Anywho, what else was there? Oh, and also, pay your own motherfucking loans, bitches.
Yeah, they said no.
A federal judge in Texas has struck down the student relief that President Biden tried to force the taxpayers to take the burden of.
Federal judge striking down his student debt relief plan, a key piece of his agenda. Our senior White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the details on that. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Amy. Yeah, this is a big blow to this president. Overnight, a federal judge in Texas blocking Biden's plan to give millions of Americans up to $20,000 in student loan relief. The judge argued that the president had overstepped his authority here. Now, the White House says they strongly disagree, and they have already filed an appeal. But as this fight plays out, in the meantime, millions of Americans are stuck in limbo. 26 million people have already applied for this program. It is not clear how long this fight is going to last, and the key date to watch here is January 1. That is when federal student loan payments are set to restart after a 3-year pause for the pandemic. Now, the White House says the president is committed to getting Americans back on their feet. They think these lawsuits are politically motivated, but it's just not clear, George, if the president is going to be able to keep this key promise to the American people.
Okay, Mary, thanks.
So,
when did they set to restart?
January 1st. So, full disclosure, because I believe in being transparent, I did apply, because if they're going to do it and not get stopped, it's financially stupid to not take advantage of it.
Yeah, I get behind that.
I mean,
I didn't.
I'm just, common sense. If you're going to pay off everybody else's loans who have useless degrees, you can pay off mine too.
And I'm not getting a useless degree. Like, I was going to apply for it, but
you should.
Well,
it's financially stupid.
You can't now. I mean, no point.
Yeah, you
now.
can. You can still apply for it.
They might change their mind.
I mean, what
you can still apply for it.
What is it going to do if you don't apply? Are they just going to charge you more?
They're not going to do anything. It doesn't change anything.
They just say,
why apply? That's what I'm saying.
Because if it does go through.
If it goes through, then you don't owe that money anymore.
Oh, fair. But
financially sound decision.
See, this is what happens when you think about dicks too much.
Yeah. You forget the important stuff. Like,
I am in college.
Yeah, dicks are the opposite of what you're supposed to be thinking of. See, here's the thing.
You got you there, buddy.
Here's the thing. Okay, it's okay to think about your dick.
I do think about it a lot.
Well, thinking about how you're going to find it is not the same as thinking about it.
Listen, it is my favorite Friday night adventure.
This is a fucking roast session.
It is my favorite Friday night adventure. Thank you.
Listen, 3 millimeter defeater. Go get your magnifying glass.
Beth even dresses up like a little one of those little adventurers with a little African.
I don't want to fucking hear
safari hat.
No, shut up. Shut up.
She even wears a utility belt.
Listen, Joe, we all know why you have the unicorn horn.
I put it on my belly button.
He's a little wiggle worm.
Little wiggly worm.
No.
Anyway.
I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something.
Good.
No, it was actually like related. But
I don't think it was.
No, it was
anyway,
legit.
The fact that they struck this down on the grounds that Biden overstepped his authority, I really like. I do agree with it. I mean, but in full disclosure, I did apply for it because, like I said, it's a financially sound decision on my part. Because if you're going to wipe it out for everybody else, then I'll be damned if you're going to make me pay mine back.
Right.
So, there's that. What do you think about this getting struck down, Lonnie?
I think it's great.
Pay your own fucking loans.
Yeah, because you know why?
You've already paid yours.
I didn't have any.
Oh, well, there you go.
My wife paid off hers, but
I paid off mine first round.
But I mean, I went a step that I thought was right because I was like, I don't want to have loans, so I did other things, other avenues, and
prostitution,
selling drugs,
stripping.
Look,
sucking dick.
I'm a new man now. All right. It was all for a good thing.
It was all for a brighter future.
Listen, $20 is $20.
That's true.
Okay. Hey, to be fair,
if you ever hear me be called Handy Mandy, just ignore it.
Listen, man, if there was a market for ugly, hairy man feet, I'd be on Feet Finder.
I have mulled over the idea of making an OnlyFans.
What people have seen
Nobody
me do
wants
with
to
this
see
mullet.
your 3mm defeater.
I'm not talking about for me. I'm talking about as a couple making money.
Nobody wants to see you struggle to get it in.
Kentucky Waterfall isn't just a nickname. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle I lived.
And then Lonnie starts staring off in the distance. Like having flashbacks.
And I used to double fish bush lattes with a mullet.
Oh,
had cufflinks on, and I took people to Flavortown, all right?
He took people down the falls.
Rapids.
He took people down the rapids.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Put your helmets on. And your raincoats.
Oh, that's good.
This is a fun one. It's 2 weeks in a row. It's been a really fun episode, other than Joe and his fucking dick obsession.
Yeah, we really got to get that figured out, Joe. You need to get help.
No, okay, so you want to know where that probably really comes from? Real talk, true talk.
Real talk, you're a flaming homosexual.
No, where I used to work, that's all they talked about was dicks all the time.
Yeah, well, you know what? Leave that at the shitty.
But hey, guess what?
Dick factory.
But when you work there for 9 years, it gets ingrained. It's like it's etched into my brain.
Yeah, see, I don't recall this being an issue until after you stopped working there.
Maybe because I got tired.
I don't know that I knew you beforehand.
Yeah, I gamed with you.
Well, you didn't really know him, though.
Yeah, I didn't really know
No,
you.
you didn't really know me, no.
Again, I still don't even know where the fuck you came from, Lonnie.
Hey, man,
but,
I ride
you
your
know,
car. So
Lonnie's an FBI informant.
I mean, that's fine. My NSA agent texted me the other day and said, delete that shit.
Lonnie, don't go look in my closet.
I already know what's in
my
there.
Special
I know
plant-
the serial numbers for
where my
everything.
no, I meant where my special plants are.
Serial numbers? What serial
where
numbers?
where my rare plants.
I know the lake you dumped them or wrecked in.
Don't look where I keep
Oh, son of a bitch.
don't look where I keep my special plants, Lonnie.
Fed boy.
I don't actually have special plants yet.
Anywho, I think, you know, at the end of the day, this whole week has just been a circus over the midterms, and quite frankly, I'm fucking over it.
I did stay up for a good while Tuesday night.
I didn't because I was sick.
I was up until about 1.
You stayed up to you stayed up later than I did.
Well, I was watching History in the Making. Steven Crowder had more viewers than I think all other major networks combined.
Really?
Yeah, because
he had almost 400,000 people watching his live stream on the election.
He actually covers the fucking news.
Yeah.
In comparison, you know how many the Young Turks had?
Like 4.
Peak viewing, I think, was 12,000.
Dang.
Get fucked, nerds. Our peak viewing's like 5.
We straight up in that business.
Woo!
We balls deep in this bitch.
Watch out, we coming.
You're reaching your quota.
At least he has some to go.
At least I have some left.
Oh, I am borrowing from next
Motherfucker.
week's quota.
You're
right
borrowing
now.
from next century's quota.
Going in debt sounds like a good plan. It's just like our federal government.
Yep. Hey, but that deficit has come down.
Hey, they're whipping out more and more dicks every day.
Shut your fucking mouth, Joe.
All right, I'm ending the stream. Goodbye, everybody.
Anyway, so I think that pretty much, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to talk about
No, not really. It's
as far as like actual political stuff goes, and we've spent more time roasting each other than we've actually spent talking about politics.
I mean, it's kind of been
this episode,
it's
but
kind
it's
of been a weird week, really.
But it's fun. Like
Well,
I enjoy
when
this
it's
shit.
not fun to roast Joe Biden anymore, you got to roast somebody.
Yeah, Joe Roberts.
It's just not fun to roast Joe
Joe's
Biden
are on
anymore.
the table.
Barking spiders over there, bro. I'm 90% certain we're gonna hear those on the stream again.
100%.
It was like super quiet. It was like,
but that last one, bird, it was just so perfect.
Little butt trumpet
so
over there.
funny story. I was sitting at our Sunday dinner that we always have with my grandmother's house. And I was like, y'all listen to this.
Oh my god!
I pulled up the stream and I was here.
Dude, it was so funny because you sent that little 3-second clip, and every time I watched it, I just literally just lost it.
Because Biden was like,
it wasn't even that. It was just the sound because it was just like perfect silence. Burn.
It sounded like Joe held your ass up to the microphone.
It really did. It was pretty impressive.
Lonnie could throw his farts.
It's a shame. Like nobody's here tonight, and it's time for.
We've consistently had about 3 viewers, but
Yeah,
I'm one.
I'm
You're one. So
well, no, I'm logged in under us.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't count me.
So maybe 2 people. Probes ain't here, man.
I know, it's fucking weird.
Unless he's here and didn't say nothing.
And I don't like that nobody's here to.
I mean, I can vote. I'll vote on it.
To vote, because you
I'll
know,
vote on it.
do your civic duty. No, 100% no. Nobody trusts it. 100%.
The people have spoken.
The Joe has spoken.
Joe's penis has spoken.
Thing's not big enough to have its own voice.
It's not tall enough to have an opinion.
That's true as shit. Must be at least 6 inches tall to ride this ride.
Listen. I got pulled out the tape measure the other day, and it almost made it past the little metal piece on the end.
No, it didn't. Don't lie.
It didn't even make it past the flat piece on the very end.
Exactly where I was about to go, Lonnie. Are we having a bromance right now? Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Sweet.
I'm gonna toss your salad later.
Sweet. But anyway, I mean, it's sad because it's.
See, that's how you joke, Joe. It was a thing. It would led to that. You don't just come in like a bulldozer.
You don't just Kool-Aid man the fucking chat. Like,
yeah.
slapping dicks tonight.
So you mean to tell me it is not.
It's not socially acceptable to open with dick jokes.
I can't just come in and be like, "Hey, y'all want to talk about dicks?"
No.
Nope.
But why?
You gotta work your way to it.
After the stream, I'm gonna pull up the Bro Code book. You look through it, and you'll see.
It's actually called the Book of Bro.
The Book of Bro. Okay. Anyway,
it is.
I
time.
really actually had something. I gave
you. Oh my god! I'm gonna fucking stab him.
Do it.
No, I legit had something, and I can't remember what it is now. It pisses me off. 'Cause it was something legit, man.
Wait. What's in here?
Fuck you big time.
Okay.
All right.
It is time for Matt Probst's favorite segment and Jason's favorite segment. It's time for Joe's Conspiracy Corner. And away we go.
So, gentlemen, have y'all seen the movie? And I haven't actually seen it. At least I don't think I have. I may have seen some of it. I don't know. Have you seen the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats?
Yep. It's fucking hilarious.
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never watched the full thing.
I thought it was hilarious.
So, Lonnie, did you know it's actually based on a true story?
I did.
That the government at one time actually delved into the world of the psychic.
Yeah, it was like in like the 50s and 60s, right?
It was
I think that's right.
60s,
yeah.
I believe.
Right around Cuban
Somewhere
Missile
I
Crisis.
brought it up somewhere. Wikipedia. Okay. So, it's the Stargate project, right? Is a secret U.S. Army unit established in 1978. Sorry. At Fort Meade, Maryland, by the Defense Intelligence Agency and SRI International, a California contractor, to investigate the potential for psychic phenomena in military and domestic intelligence applications. The project and its precursors and sister projects originally went by various code names: Gondola Wish, Stargate, Grill Flame, Center Lane, Project CF, Sunstreak, Scanate, until 1991 when they were consolidated and rechristened as Stargate Project. Stargate project's work primarily involved remote viewing, the purported ability to psychically see events, sights, or information from a great distance. The project was overseen until 1987 by Lieutenant Frederick Holmes, Skip Atwater, an aide and psychic headhunter to Major General Albert Stubblebine, and later president of the Monroe Institute. The unit was small scale, comprising about 15 to 20 individuals, and was run out of an old, leaky wooden barracks. The Stargate project was terminated and declassified in 1995 after a CIA report concluded it was never useful in any intelligence operation. Information provided by the program was vague and included irrelevant and erroneous data, and there were suspicions of interjudge reliability. The program was featured in the 2004 book and 2009 film, both titled The Men Who Stare at Goats, although neither mentions it by name. So, it was actually something that happened, declassified, and they made a movie and a book about it.
So, the soldiers supposedly experimented with psychic powers against debleated goats, which, if you don't know what debleated is, it's where they remove the vocal cords.
So they can't meh.
So they can't bleat. At Fort Bragg, North Carolina, in the now decommissioned Goat Lab medical training facility. It's fucking insane.
Can you imagine putting that on your job application?
Worked at the Goat Lab.
Worked at the Goat Lab at Fort Bragg. Yeah, no big deal.
Yep.
I fuck.
You know,
but not the goats. Not the goats, though.
Sometimes I stare at them goats.
So I think the reason they started this is because United States had intelligence sources believed that the Soviet Union was spending 60 million rubles annually on psychotronic research. It doesn't say that's why they started. It just says in the 1970s that the United States believed they were doing that. In response to claims that the Soviet program had produced results, the CIA initially funding for a new program known as Scanate. And in the same year, remote viewing research began in 1972 at the Stanford Research Institute in Menlo Park, California. Proponents of the research said that minimum accuracy rate of 65% required by the clients was often exceeded in the later experiments. I just want like an interview of somebody that was actually part of it. That'd be cool as shit.
Well, so it's The Men Who Stare at Goats, the book, was actually an investigative journalism book. It was completely nonfiction. So I need to buy this book. I want to read this.
Now I do too, yeah.
Like,
so we're gonna start a book club.
So
I mean, we can.
So table poll here. Do you believe that psychic abilities could be a thing?
So it's funny that you actually bring that up, because I was listening to the new Joe Rogan episode with Graham Hancock, and he was talking about humans having latent abilities that we've forgotten about, like telekinesis, being able to move shit with your mind. And he bases that on some old stories of chants during the building of the pyramids when they would be setting the stones in place, and thinks that maybe it was kind of like a ritual that allowed them to levitate the blocks.
Well, I mean, you gotta have some sort of theory about that, right? Because they said that there's just no physical way that the pyramids could be built in the amount
There's
of time.
been several explanations, but none of them
They don't
seem
make
to
sense.
make any sense.
There's still that after they explain it, you go, maybe, but it's that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Here's maybe a clip from it.
I like how you said maybe a clip from it.
Well, I mean, because I haven't watched it. It's this episode. It mentioned the pyramid, like you said, and lost technology. So it's in the Discord if you want to.
Yeah, let's pull it up. Let's go there.
I don't know if they'll shut us
they
down.
won't.
It's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan believes in freedom of information, man. It's
and probably in the links because Joe's an idiot.
Yeah. It's a link.
I mean, you don't have to. I don't know if you need to see it necessarily.
The
But
Joe
go
Rogan
ahead.
experience.
The Joe Rogan experience.
Now, the Great Pyramid of Giza is probably the most stunning of all these ancient structures. And the stones are immense, and some of them were cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. How do you think they did that?
Well, some of them, the granite in the Great Pyramid comes from more than 500 miles to the south. If you look at the famous King's Chamber, its walls and its roof are, the ceiling of the King's Chamber are all made with gigantic granite blocks.
Stunning detail.
Stunning detail. Those blocks on the the roof of the King's Chamber weigh 70 tons each. Now, Egyptologists will tell you that, they could move heavy blocks because they put them on wet sand and they push them along on wet sand. Well, maybe if you're just at ground level, that will do. But when you're 350 feet above the ground, as you are in the King's Chamber, that won't do at all. I don't know how they did it. All I know is they did it. I don't think anybody knows how they did it, how they lifted those stones, how they brought them up to that level. I think we're looking, again, at a lost technology. And it was this ancient apocalypse 12,800 years ago that wiped that from the human memory banks almost completely. Not entirely completely because there were survivors, but removed most of it. Randall will tell you, sea level rise creates a powerful high energy zone. Anything that was existing on those flooded coastlines has just been pounded to hell. I mean, talk about it, Randall.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot more energetic than now. I mean, imagine your sea level rising at 3 or 4 times at least faster than we've seen rise in the last century. And within there, juxtaposed are these episodes of very rapid sea level rise. So you're talking about a very energetic intertidal zone. And anything that's there,
This guy looks like a conspiracy theory Santa Claus.
megalithic block,
Yes, he does.
is going to be utterly
He
obliterated
also looks
by
like
the
he
time
fucks.
the process
Indeed.
is through. And I think that this is one of the things that, the archaeologists and the prehistorians, people are looking at that, have failed to take into account the severity of these events we're talking about. Because the question always is, where are the artifacts? Where's the pottery? Where is the evidence that this civilization existed? And I have 2 responses to that. One, you don't realize the extent of the total remodeling of this planetary surface that took place. Because
Skip forward a little bit,
I
Lonnie.
mean, we
Let's
could
see if we
get
can
into
get
some
to
of the stuff here.
in the juice.
It's like completely left,
Oh,
and
so
then
this is a clip.
10,000 years before.
It's like
Yeah,
14
it's
minutes.
going to be just rubble.
Not
that
a
gets
clip.
I shouldn't really get into
Get
that.
into it.
Get into
Come
it,
on.
Randall.
We got to get into it.
Okay, well,
We've opened the door, sir.
okay. Well, okay.
The passing of the HDMI cable.
The past.
That happened a lot in this
sacred
episode. They just keep passing it back and forth.
There are people out there now who have been working on trying to rediscover that. And again, I don't want to digress too much into this now because I would really rather be able to give a whole treatment of it, and it might kind of derail us a little bit from this. But there are people who've been working on these things for decades now.
This is actually
basically
super interesting.
in
I've already
secret.
listened to this part.
In secret. And I've had the privilege of talking to some of these people over the last
Are they trying to
6 or
rediscover the
7
old
years.
technologies?
And right now, as we're speaking,
Hold
there's
on, pause it,
there's a
pause it,
group of people
pause it.
who...
We missed the part of what he's rediscovering. Like, what are they rediscovering?
Old technologies.
Old technology. Okay, well, which one?
He literally just said that.
Okay, go ahead.
who are basically going to open source a whole lot of stuff in the next 3 months so it can never get suppressed again. And that's why I'd like to come back and talk in more
Well, I'd
detail.
love to have you come back and talk about it, but we got to talk about it a little bit now.
Okay. Well, there's a laboratory right now in the Maldives that's been building prototypes using these technological principles, which are based on implosion rather than explosion. And the inspiration for this...
Tesla's ideas are part of it. I think you mentioned.
Tesla's ideas are very much a part of it.
That's another good one for
Yes, Tesla's
Conspiracy
ideas
Corner.
are very much a part of it. So is, I don't know if you ever, Victor Schauberger, who did the work with water and discovered, look at, Jamie, could you look up Victor? Oh, I have the, I have the cable now, don't I?
An old ass.
Take it back. Let me find it.
Well, no. Let me.
He's even using he's even using a
something
corded
up
mic
here
or
and,
mouse.
I think the key thing is we're looking at technologies that are not the same as ours.
Yes.
And that's
Yes,
partly
that's the
why
point.
archaeologists can't see them, because they're looking for us in the past, and they're not open to the possibility that there are whole other kinds of technology that could be used.
Right.
I always go back to the ancient Egyptian traditions that speak of priests chanting as these huge blocks were lifted into the air. Were they using some kind of sound effect, some kind of use of sound that was able to manipulate matter? We know that sound can manipulate matter, as a matter of fact, but they're lifting these blocks, again and again it appears in ancient Egyptian traditions. The notion that we could lift huge blocks with sound seems absurd to archaeologists, and yet it's there in the traditions of the Egyptologists. And what Randall's talking about now is people who are working on a whole alternative path of technology, and maybe that's a rediscovery of the kind of technologies that were used by a lost civilization.
I think that's what's important about what you're saying, is that we have this very limited idea of technology based on what we've experienced.
Yeah.
But if you had anatomically similar human beings that lived for thousands and thousands of years.
Stuff just keeps on getting older.
If you think about the amount of progress that we've achieved as modern humans just in the last few hundred years.
Yeah.
If you go back 400 years to now, it's a stunning amount of achievement.
Absolutely stunning.
And
Okay.
if you have a completely...
So basically he's talking about telekinesis at that point, a chant to
Or
some piece of technology that would do it. But he goes on and
but
he talks
also
about
there's experiments where people have used sound and the vibration from the waves actually like levitates objects.
Yeah, it's a
if
completely
you could
different way of doing
If you could
things.
shatter a wine glass just by hitting a certain pitch.
Well, think about this: those big, heavy blocks, right? Say if you could have those priests chant and it actually vibrates the ground, and it like is enough for you to, like vibrate it across the ground.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, think about, here past, couple of football games, they recorded them on a seismograph.
Yep.
I mean, and that's just a droning noise, right?
There was
imagine if they all match pitch.
There was a concert. I think it was not Vince Gill. It was one of the big country guys. They recorded his concert. It was like a big blowout concert, and it registered on seismograph. So that's pretty interesting.
Anyway, at the end of the day, I think that humans are capable of far more than
for sure,
than what we think we're capable of.
Well,
I think they've just suppressed the right things.
I mean, it makes sense because think about back then. What influence did you have as far as like technology?
Yeah, but I mean, okay, what we're talking about though is like, do you think that we have the capabilities? Does our mind like a psyche? What would you call it? I want to say psychoactive, psychiatric,
psychic ability,
psychic. Yeah, there you go. Do we have psychic?
Fucking
shut up,
psychiatric.
Stupid him.
Stupid.
Double stupid.
The computer was like, you get 2 of them. Do you think that we maybe have forgotten how to use that part of our brain?
I don't think that it's a part of our brain. I think it may be like a state of consciousness.
Fair.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe we've lost touch with that because of things like this.
Like maybe people used to astro project all the time, and it was like a thing that people just did.
Well, when you look at, like the Amazon tribes that use ayahuasca,
Yeah.
when you ask the tribes how they knew how to make ayahuasca, they say the spirits told us. They told our ancestors.
Right.
Because there's thousands of plants in the Amazon, and you've got to have two very specific plants. One has DMT and one has an inhibitor in it that makes it to where the DMT is ingestible and actually works. Which is why most people just smoke DMT, have a quick 15-minute whatever. But
now we're getting back to the psychoactive
if
conversation.
you look back to all of these things, it's almost like older versions of us were more open to psychedelic experiences and things that open their minds to more.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People were more in tune with people.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, people are always on their phones. There's all this technology that kind of pulls us away from what humans are, right?
Yeah.
It takes us to these other limits that we couldn't necessarily reach.
Right.
But then, back in the day, it was just people sitting around a fire or hunting together.
But
People
who
were-
knows what they actually had? Because in this case, like, he's talking about the pyramids being over 12,000 years old.
Right.
Like, ancient. Like, the Sphinx was already there.
Right.
And then they carved the lion's head into a pharaoh's head after the fact. And it actually makes sense because when you look at the Sphinx's head, it's smaller than it should be.
Right. It looks like it was bigger and reduced.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It would make perfect sense for people to be more in tune with their bodies because they had a lot less to really focus on except for themselves, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Survival was...
They were more in tune to the universe, per se.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Everybody thought that everybody pre-Ice Age was hunter-gatherers.
Right.
And then they found Göbekli Tepe. And it was like 12,000 years old.
Right.
Like, they covered it up right around the time of the impact hypothesis time period.
Which is very weird because the oldest recorded history is only 5,000 years old, but Göbekli Tepe, that place.
Göbekli Tepe was around
damn old.
7,000 years before that.
Yeah.
And there's thoughts that Snake Mound in Ohio is older than what they think it is. And it's weird because, the mouth is set to open up to a certain spot, and if you go back after the progression of the equinoxes and all that stuff 12,800 years ago, it lines up perfect to where the sun would have rose,
right,
or set. It's one of the two. I can't remember which, but
these are the things that keep me awake at night.
It's just crazy. But
knowing that there are things out there that we don't know about, like that, like the ancient knowledge.
And you know what's even more disturbing?
What?
We'll probably never know.
What bothers me the most...
I think we'll know one.
What bothers me most is that people try to act like any alternative hypothesis about how we as a species have been involved on this planet is automatically disregarded.
Yeah, there's no variance.
No, you can't debate it.
Well, a lot of that comes from a Christian standpoint too. Well, that's because there's a lot of Christians though that they think there's no aliens. We are the only ones in this entire universe, and that's it. That's it. It's us and Jesus, and that's it. But I'm saying there's a lot of Christians that have that mentality. It's us and Jesus. That's all. That's all we got. Us, Jesus, the angels, and the demons, and the devil, and God. And it's that's all there is.
I mean, I think when you look at it, God is technically an alien.
I mean, by definition,
he's not from here.
Right.
Right.
He created here.
Or is he from here?
No, he created this place.
That's, yeah, there you go.
You can't be from a place that you created.
That is 100% correct.
Who's to say that he didn't create
There you go. Fair.
thousands or millions or even billions of other planets just like ours?
How do we know there's not other universes?
We don't.
Exactly.
I mean, I firmly believe that there are multiverses. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. I believe we talked about
Alternate timelines.
I mean,
and
the biggest problem is a lot of people. It's very hard for people to understand things that they. It's hard for people to accept things they do not understand.
Well, I think they feel though too that God's going to be mad at them for, and I was kind of that way at first. And I'm not sitting here saying this is what is happening. I'm just saying,
turn of the frogs, guy.
I'm just saying, what if this is going on? You know, like I'm not questioning God. I'm questioning what people have told me about God. I'm not questioning what God has told me about God. I'm questioning what other people have told me about God. You know what I mean? Like the people said, like I said, some people say we're it. That this is it. Because the thing is, what people say is,
well, I mean, there's dumbasses out there that think the Earth is only like 3,000 years old too. So
yeah,
fuck
but
them.
There's some conspiracies though that I could tell you about that would help, that would kind of make me be like,
I don't buy that.
You know, but anyway, because some people say like the ice age and it flooded, or when the ice melted, that's what caused the flood or something. I don't know, something like that, or that there was an ice age since the flood. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's a whole different story. Anyway,
Anyway, we've went way off the topic of the men who stare at goats.
No, because when we were talking about psychic stuff, that's real. I mean, that's what it is. We're talking about psychic stuff.
Well, now we're not talking about psychic stuff at all.
We're talking.
Well,
about
I mean,
God.
no, because multiverses could be incorporated into psychic abilities. Because some people claim to be able to, visit other universes and astral project and all that junk. You have to look into that. It goes deep. It goes deep.
I don't think that's anything to do with psychic abilities. Not in the sense of what we're talking about.
So you know what freaked me out though? Going back to psychic abilities. You know what freaked me out? I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, right? And this girl was like, "So how many?" She was like, "Let's test your psychic abilities." And she didn't show you the rocks in her hand. She's like, "What? How many rocks are in my hand?" And the first number popped in my head. I said 3. She opened her hand. There were 3, and then I'm like, "What?"
I mean, that's happenstance.
But there is some sort of, you got to really think, like there is a formula to it, because you can only fit so many rocks in your hand, so you can only go to a certain number, right? But anyway, that's the only one I got right though. The rest of them I got wrong. I got close, but I got them wrong. And then she had colors, like what color's a rock in my head. Got all those wrong too. But I am one of these people though that I feel that there is something. Maybe not this new age idea of things, but there is more to it than just what we're told. You know what I mean? And sometimes I have to wonder, are we told not to look into this stuff because would be more powerful than what we should be, and we wouldn't handle it correctly as human beings? You know what I mean? Because if you look back, like say you look at the lost books of the Bible, not lost books, but removed books of the Bible, like you look at King Solomon. There's stories that supposedly he was like, or he was really smart, right? Like they said he supposedly commanded demons to help him build the temple and all this stuff, right? And he used witchcraft. I'm like, okay, so if he used witchcraft, why is it okay for him to do it? He gets a big old place in the Bible, but it's not okay for other people to do it. Is it because back then they knew how to do it the right way and not do evil shit with it? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? These are questions that I have. And I'm not questioning God. I'm questioning something, if that was allowed then, something happened in history, obviously, that why can't we do it now?
So, to your psychic thing, right? There was actually a study done by Rupert Sheldrake about dogs seemingly knowing when their owner is coming home. And, a lot of times, maybe it's like a habitual thing, but they tried it with the owners coming home at completely random times.
Huh.
The dog always seemed to know.
That's interesting.
So is there like a telepathic link there?
Well, I mean, you could even go into like a stretch of like sometimes people would be like, you know, I've heard stories. Typically, it's more so on the not necessarily good side of things, where someone's in trouble.
Yeah.
And they said, I just had this feeling, you know, like
Okay.
it's just this feeling. Now, could that possibly something similar to that, where like you have such a strong connection, because it's usually a family member. It's not anybody random. It's somebody that you
Right, it's somebody that you're
care-
connected to.
Right,
Okay,
you
so-
deeply care about. You spend a lot of time around, and it's just like something's not right.
It's interesting you brought that up, because I was actually about to bring up something along that line. Like, say, like me and Beth, there's been plenty of times where, like, Beth, like I just get this sense that she's about to call me or something, and she calls me. Or, I don't even know how to use an example. Like you just sense something. Like, she needs this, or you can sense something going on with your partner, right? But you're not even near with them. Like, you're like in another building, you're outside, you're away from them, but you find out that that was actually true. But you can sense that, right? And have you ever been in like we talked about with the ghost hunting stuff? Have you ever been in a situation where like you've just walked into a room and you've just been like, this does something about this room I just don't like. Like, something doesn't feel right about this room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels like there's something evil about this room, or something weird about this room, or something just not right. You've done that? See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
done that with people.
Yeah, and people even.
Yeah.
There's certain people I've met.
Well,
and I've
that's
been
what
like,
I'm saying. You know,
I don't fucking like this person.
You could
I don't know
chalk
what
it-
it is, but I don't fucking like them.
Yeah, I mean, you could chalk it down to like as simple as just saying it is instinct, right?
Right. Well, see, and that's what I think. I think there's more to that than what
But like,
we are taught.
But like what this whole like the whole Joe Rogan thing, it's something, some part of us that's been suppressed. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that we're just no longer in fine tune with. Doesn't mean it's not there.
Oh no! See, that's what I'm saying.
It's just suppressed.
I agree.
I just want to know when I can start shooting fucking energy beams out of my
freaking
hands.
laser
Fucking
beams.
Kamehamehas.
Some fucking
And you know, and to be honest though, I mean, look at all the stimulants we have in our life though, and I don't mean just like medical stimulants. I mean like physical, like visual like we have so many things on a day-to-day basis that keep us distracted from being in touch with the universe.
It's all just a fucking giant conspiracy, man.
And nature, like, you know, there's some people that just go out that have been out in nature and be like, wow, I'm just so much more calmer out here.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying back to. Yeah, it makes more sense because there's not as much going on.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, you
you're
said
more
that.
with people.
Right.
You really can focus on the human body at that point.
Right.
Right. Anyway, you got anything else?
Psychic spies, man. Psychic spies.
That's it for Joe's Conspiracy Corner.
That's it.
The flashing light of death is gone.
See, been delivering, man. Like when we're not talking about like high notches every week, but
First off, that one was kind of shit. I'm
But
not
it-
gonna,
but
I'm
it
not
did-
gonna sugarcoat it.
but it did parallel into some good stuff.
Yeah, only because of the side conversation was it any good.
Paralleled into.
But that's what we're looking at, though. We're
better
looking at
stuff.
good conversation.
No, I told you last week you should have covered MK Ultra.
I couldn't remember what you told me. I definitely did not remember.
Oh wait,
MK
no,
Ultra.
not MK Ultra. The Philadelphia experiment.
Hey, you want to know something? We all have technology. We're just talking about this. He has a phone. You have a phone. You could have came in and be like, hey, my dick's hard. What's this topic? It sounds like something you'd say.
It does actually sound like something that he would say.
My dick's hard for conspiracies. What was that
am I,
topic?
what dick am I slinging this weekend?
You, sir, have never slung a dick.
Yeah, slinging a dick requires having a big one. And you, my friend, do not.
So what would y'all like to see for next week?
Little wiggle worm.
I told you, Philadelphia experiment.
Philadelphia experiment.
you're going to forget and you're going to try to get something different. I don't know why you're even looking. Unbelievable.
But that kind of like segued off of our deal last week, wasn't it?
Yes. It was because it's actually a good one. Because Al Bielek was involved in it, and it tied right into time travel.
Okay. Oh, it's a movie, yeah.
It's not a movie.
Well, there is a movie about it.
There is a movie, but it's not the movie that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the conspiracy theory.
I know that.
I would like Joe to really do another deeper dive into the Marconi scientist.
That wasn't that big to me, personally.
You kind of fucked it up. You kind of glanced over and like, there's nothing really there. There was a lot more. I remember when you went over that, I was just like, you literally talked about like 3 deaths. There was a ton of stuff that was really fishy. And the video I watched barely even scratched the surface of it. And it was way more in depth than what you saw or what you went over.
Yeah, bitch. I got you, Lonnie.
Thanks.
Romance.
Like, even Wikipedia has like, what, 3 paragraphs on it? That's it.
It's because you're going to Wikipedia, man.
I'm just saying, man.
You can't rely on Wikipedia for shit. And the fact that you keep going to Wikipedia for conspiracy stuff
really irks my nerves.
It's really disgusting. Reddit's not any better.
I'm going to just see what Reddit has.
Oh, my God. Anyway, so, I think we need a good funny.
Yeah.
Like a really solid funny.
I would like to revisit Nancy's Jugs.
No.
I actually would also like to revisit Nancy's Jugs. So if you could pull that one up while I'm finding
a new one,
that would be great.
So there is actually Unresolved Mysteries. The r/Unresolved Mysteries. The GEC Marconi deaths. Several researchers from the UK defense sector die under unusual circumstances.
Hey, why don't you not spoil future conspiracy corners? About that.
Yeah, bitch.
Bitch.
I wonder if it's still in here.
Probably not. Well, yeah, it'd still be in there. It's
way up.
Way up. Birds aren't real, motherfucker.
I keep forgetting what that other conspiracy was. That was like the troll conspiracy, and I can't remember what. There it is. No, down. No, that was something else. That was a phone call. Never mind.
Hey, why don't you let me fucking drive here, Joe?
Yeah, why don't you shut the fuck up?
Sorry. There it is. Right there.
Yep. That's it.
I think we're just gonna listen.
You see them?
What are these for? Why does she have these?
Those are for making deals with Congress. Those are what that's for. She walks into Joe Biden's office 9 a.m., slaps the guy around, wakes him up, cranks up the oxygen, and whips out those big titties and puts them in his face and says, Joe, we need $2 trillion, $1 trillion for each titty. And he's like, oh, yeah, titties. $1 trillion a titty? Yes, Joe, we need $1 trillion a titty. And sign here, Joe. Okay. And back in my day, and he said, Joey, love is love. And Joey loves titties. And he signs on the dotted line, sign Joey. And now she's over in Taiwan. And you know why Joe Biden is signing documents? Money! That bitch got ulterior motives. She needs a BBL next. She already has the titties. Nancy's going to get the BBL next.
I did not find anything in that short time period. You know what? I think maybe we go to Joe's list of shame. And I'll find it funny while Joe goes through his list of shame.
Yes, the list of shame.
Do not read all of those posts.
I'm not. There's a lot. I'm not, especially not going to read the long ones. All right. But, yeah, just click on that first one. I'll read the first one. Definitely. And then we'll just, okay. So, full screen, that's Lonnie. All right. So, one thing this last week I did, or the Tuesday night that I did, was I went through Facebook. And I literally just typed in libertarians into the thing and clicked on posts, right? And I found all the people, I guess all the people Facebook wanted to show me, that were blaming the fact that their candidate lost or was losing, or that they were having to have a runoff on libertarians. And I am here for it because it was funny as shit. All right, so first one states, libertarians haven't picked up one office. They haven't handed Trump's grunts a few, they've handed Trump's grunts a few, though, by splitting the votes. Here we go again. Nothing that benefits the working man gets accomplished for another term. Hopefully the mail-in ballots change things. That's Susan Sheldon. Oh, yeah, I said I was going to name names. So go to the next one there, Lonnie. It's the next.
Oh, I've got us another Scott Sterling.
Well, no, you can just click on the arrow. Click the next arrow. We're not going to read that one. That was too long. All right, so the next one we're going to read is the problem with the runoff in Georgia is that
What did I tell you about reading all of these?
I've only read one.
Yeah, you're reading another one now.
I said I wasn't going to read the long ones. The problem with the runoff in Georgia is that a large majority of the 2% libertarian vote will most likely go to Walker. Let's not forget, libertarians are just Republicans in sheep's clothing. And sheep's clothing. More liberal on social issues, but even more conservative than Republicans on fiscal issues. Tell me you don't know about libertarians without telling me you don't know about libertarians. Tell me you don't know how the voting system works without telling me you don't know how the voting system works. Like, all these people think that, like, if you vote third party, they're going to, like, when your party loses, they're going to give it to, like, another party. All right, fine, go to the next one. This is quick, too. Libertarians are only good for taking away votes from a true patriot. You're Rusty Smith, we're laughing at you. You're the ones we're laughing at. All right, next one. I just got home from voting, and I was surprised to see so many libertarians on the ballot. I almost voted for a few, but a vote for a libertarian is a vote for open, unsecure borders, and voting for a non-Republican is just another vote for a useless American-hating communist Democrat. Tell me you don't know what the hell you're talking about without telling me you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, yeah, and then those Democrats posing as libertarians didn't work. Tonight did it. Something like that. But
it's time for the final funny, because I'm tired of your list of shame. You're annoying me.
But no, I'm not annoying you. Those people are
No,
annoying
you're
me.
annoying me because you're reading their posts. We have Scott Sterling back again.
Back to our coverage of the NCAA Men's Volleyball Championships between Yale and North Carolina.
If you're just joining us, it has been a roller coaster of an evening. Both teams now tied at 2 sets apiece. The winner of this final set will be the national champions.
North Carolina leading by 1. Yale and their team captain, Scott Sterling.
Love that man.
Don't we all? Trying desperately to hold them here, or it's all over.
Match point for the Tar Heels. Jones preparing for what may be the last serve of his college career.
And here we go.
Excellent serve.
Thompson setting up. Here comes the spike.
Yale has to stop this return. Oh, deflected! Right into Scott Sterling's face.
And Yale ties it up!
Unbelievable!
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because Scott Sterling's face has entered the building!
Take a gander at this replay.
The angle at which Sterling deflects the ball off his skull is nothing short of perfection.
Like watching Da Vinci paint with his face.
Yale now on the prowl to take the lead.
And Carolina setting up what is bound to be a devastating return. And here it comes.
Oh,
nearly!
Sterling makes another tremendous save!
And North Carolina's wasting no other!
It's gone!
Welcome to the heavyweight bout between Sterling's face and everything else.
He looks as though he could be praying.
The peaceful visage of head drama.
We are all witnesses.
Testify.
Let us feast on the sweet nectar of instant replay.
Wonderful save here, just complete sacrifice.
The ball flies right past the blockers, into Sterling's awaiting face, back over the net, and then right back to Sterling's face like an obese homie pigeon.
That man will leave this court today knowing he gave everything he could. If he leaves it all.
The crowd is now on their feet.
Like mythical Atlas who bore the weight of the world upon his back, so too as Scott Sterling bore this team upon his face.
Yale has come back from the brink and is looking to put this one into the history books.
Match point for Yale.
Carolina finally pushed one through Sterling. Brown Sterling!
Did you see that?
Here comes the spike straight to the man!
Oh! The man!
Ow! His teammates help him to his feet. No! They raise him heavenward!
He ascended through the air like a defensive angel!
An angel with the face of a devil!
Replay! One is the loneliest number!
2 tickets to paradise!
3 times a lady! 4 ever young!
As the crowd charges the court, the people are weeping.
Tears of joy.
The tweets are tweeting.
Hashtag Scott Sterling.
The hospitals are preparing to receive the man himself.
Bro, you didn't full screen it.
The great.
No, nobody saw it, so now we gotta watch it again.
I want to be in a bunker made of that man's face.
Until next time,
Oh my
good
God.
night, everyone.
Thanks, guys, for watching the video and celebrating
screen
another
share.
Scott Sterling win. Make sure
I
you
did
watch our
full
other
screen.
videos and subscribe.
That's all right. I'll watch that again. That's very funny.
I'm gonna pee while this plays again.
Welcome back to our coverage of the NCAA Men's Volleyball Championships between Yale
There you go.
and
Now you
North
can see it.
Carolina.
If you're just joining us, it has been a roller coaster of an evening. Both teams now tied at 2 sets apiece. The winner of this final set will be the national champions.
North Carolina leading by 1. Yale and their team captain, Scott Sterling.
Love that man.
Don't we all? Trying desperately to hold them here, or it's all over.
Match point for the Tar Heels. Jones preparing for what may be the last serve of his college career.
And here we go.
Excellent serve.
Thompson setting up. Here comes the spike.
Yale has to stop this return or else... Oh, deflected! Right into Scott Sterling's face.
And Yale ties it up.
Unbelievable!
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because Scott Sterling's face has entered the building.
Take a gander at this replay.
The angle at which Sterling deflects the ball off his skull is nothing short of perfection.
Like watching Da Vinci paint with his face.
Yale now on the prowl to take the lead.
And Carolina setting up what is bound to be a devastating return. And here it comes.
Oh,
nearly!
Sterling makes another tremendous save.
And North Carolina's wasting no mother of pearl.
Sterling scores.
Welcome to the heavyweight bout between Sterling's face and everything else.
He looks as though he could be praying.
The peaceful visage of head drama.
We are all witnesses.
Testify.
Let us feast on the sweet nectar of instant replay.
Wonderful save here, just complete sacrifice.
The ball flies right past the blockers, into Sterling's awaiting face, back over the net, and then right back to Sterling's face like an obese homing pigeon.
That man will leave this court today knowing he gave
Obese
everything he
homing
could.
pigeon.
If he leaves it all.
The crowd is now
And
on their feet.
the doctor goes out there and faces in the right direction.
Upon his back. So too as Scott Sterling bore this team upon his face.
Yale has come back from the brink and is looking to put this one into the history books.
Match point for Yale.
Carolina finally pushed one through Sterling. Brown Sterling!
Did you see that?
Here comes a spike straight to the man!
The man! The legend!
His teammates help him to his feet. No! They raise him heavenward.
He ascended through the air like a defensive angel.
An angel with the face of a devil.
Look at this replay.
Angel with the face of a devil.
2 tickets to paradise.
3 times a lady.
As the crowd charges the court, the people are weeping.
Tears of joy.
The tweets are tweeting.
Hashtag Scott Sterling.
The hospitals are preparing to receive the man himself.
The wonder of the world.
The Great Wall of Sterling.
I'll tell you one thing, when Armageddon comes, I want to be in a bunker made of that man's face.
Until next time,
Good night, everyone.
Thanks, guys, for watching the video and
that's
celebrating
good.
another Scott Sterling.
Oh, I love Scott Sterling. Kind of the greatest.
I have kind of funny one.
Do you?
It's short.
Oh, well, here we go. There's no sound.
You gotta unmute it. I mean, I don't need the sound, but
I can only imagine what was happening before.
I missed.
Shit! Oh yeah! What in the hell are you
have what he's
smoking?
drinking.
I want some of that. Seems like good
I
shit.
thought it was really funny because you just. As soon as his head goes, you just hear the dude in the back. God damn!
And then somebody else is like, "What the fuck?" Oh my god!
Oh.
You can take us back to full screen now, Lonnie. Oh my god! Well, it has been a real fun show. I got to hit Joe. I was pretty excited about that. Just you flinch like little beach.
No, you just got me trained. Where I'm like,
there. That's fair.
Oh man, that was a good show though.
It was a good show. Next weekend is not Thanksgiving, so. But I have. Unbelievable. So, speaking of holidays, though, I think the weekend of Thanksgiving, we're just gonna fucking bring food and talk shit.
I may or may not be here for that week.
That's fine.
Because my mother-in-law has moved closer, and she's wanting us to come visit. So
that's gross. Sorry, dude. Boo.
'Tis what it is.
So anyway, I think it's about time to wrap this up.
100%.
So that we can go home and play some Vigima games.
Games!
So, with that, I'm Justin.
I'm Joe.
I'm Lonnie.
The
Tally ho! What?
The myth!
The legend! Scott Sterling! Tally ho!
Tally ho, lads. It's on the next screen, Lonnie. Huh? It's on the second screen. There you go. Okay, bye, guys.